We will measure the brows using a skin caliper. We take the gap between the two brows. We then measure from the medial part of the brow to the highest point on the brow, and then from the highest point to the lateral part of the brow. This is done to give symmetry to both the brows and freeze on the final eyebrow look. Pigment is then etched in the brows. Sachi's right brow is thicker than the left. Also, her brow on the left is shorter on the tail end than the right brow. We will correct both these asymmetries. Since Sachi wants a flared brow look, I have put in a few small hair strokes in the highest point in both the right and the left brow.
Before the treatment, I had very sparse and light brows with a lot of gaps between my brow hair. The semi-permanent makeup took about 2 hours to get done with. Dr. Geeta started off by applying a local anesthetic to my brows, which was left on for about an hour, after which the microblading process actually began. Microblading is essentially like getting a tattoo for your eyebrows, but only one that is temporary and lasts for about 6 to 8 months. I have one other tattoo that I got a few years ago that in my opinion wasn't as painful. So going into this procedure, I believe I wasn't as prepared for the pain I was about to face as I should have been. Comparing getting inked on my arm to my face was probably where I went wrong. Your face has the most sensitive skin compared to other body parts, especially around the mouth and the eye area. So for those that want to get this procedure done, I'd say only do it if it's absolutely necessary. If you have scanty brows like I do, then you should probably give this procedure a shot, but also at the same time remember the pain that comes along with it. But on the other hand, if you have fuller brows with just a few sparse gaps in between them, then just opt for a brow pencil or a brow powder. Post the treatment, once the local anesthetic began to wear off, there was a slight soreness and pain in my eyebrow area, which lasted for almost about 2 to 3 days even after that. I could not wet my brows for 72 hours, and for about 10 days post the treatment, I could not wear any makeup in that region. As told by Dr. Geeta, the scabs from the microblading process had started to peel off by the first week. By the end of the second week, the scabs had completely gone and the ink in my eyebrows had lightened by about 20 to 30%. After 2 weeks, I had my second sitting with the doctor, where anything that needed to be fixed was done and any gaps that were missed during the first sitting were filled in. The recovery process for the second treatment was also the same. And this is what my brows look like now. Cosmetic tattoos are gaining popularity by the day. So here's everything you need to know about my tryst with semi-permanent makeup.